Hello guys, today we are gonna be doing some setup here for a BWN competition. This is during our current TWN break-ish for anyone that want to kind of has that booking managing itch that they wanted to use. And plus I want to experiment with a different way of bookings and such than we typically do. This is pretty much a setup thing. Pretty much what this is that I'm gonna be, because it's me and two other people that are gonna be competing against each other. We did the draft off screen on Discord for belt and wrestler. So right now I'm just gonna be setting up shows. I'm also doing this because if those two are available, I can they can kind of see how things are going and they can put their 2 cents in if needed or if there's questions and such. Alright. I also turned the music off to this. You know what? With mostly because after a while of having being in these games and having the same 10 tracks player, it kind of gets to a point where it starts to feel a little gets in your head a little bit, and I'm just like, I'd rather have silence at this point. All right, so we're gonna go to that universe mode here. I don't know if I would call this like a traditional like, cause I reviewed universe modes before. But I wanted to but I wanted to because originally with BWN stuff I was gonna do it through Fire Pro again, but I kind of wanted to experiment a little bit. I am aware that 2K24 is out, and I'm probably gonna get that game pretty soon because I have some events coming up that could help me get that. So I am aware that in terms of me using this game, it's kind of on its hind legs. However, I uh, I wanted to kind of experiment a little bit with this because with the TWN break on and all that, I kind of and to be honest, I have heard some things about 2K24, which makes it kind of not everyone's most favorite game in the world. So between all that, I'm kind of thinking that it probably wouldn't kill to kind of do this a little bit. But yeah, I wouldn't call this a traditional universe mode review. I'm about to do something with 2K19's universe mode as well. I don't know if I would call either my traditional reviews of main modes, only because my use of them isn't gonna be very rhythmic or even long term, even only because, well, for the other one, it's kind of just see what happens kind of thing, and for this, it's kind of more about kind of an in between stuff. Now, and like I said, like with something like this, I don't necessarily think that it has to be hitched on 2K games necessarily or a specific game, but I kind of want to experiment a little bit. Having said all that, um, okay, so I'm kind of so in terms of this mode, um, So I kind of messed with I messed with it a little bit off screen. It's kind of weird because I typically dive into this first with other games, but I haven't really done universe mode in 2K23 only because the one in 2K22 really soured me to it. So I kind of want to give this a solid shot. Um so at this point I'm kind of waiting for the other two guys, one of them at least, to show up. I don't have to set up everything in the stream, but I want to give people a chance to kind of see. So I can start with my thing, but I kind of wanted to see what other if other people pick days, but because you can't really move the days around like that. Once you set it up on that day, you kind of if you had to move it, you gotta delete and start over, which kind of sucks. But um, but we can wait a. But yeah, so got some custom titles for all that, superstars, all that. And one thing I noticed, okay, they do have allies and enemies. Okay, I like the ally enemy system, having that. I think it kind of adds a little diversity. I almost prefer that system as opposed to current tag team stable system because I feel like it's a little too focused on just two guys and it's not really focused on other things, but got 4 slots here. Um, but yeah, so Eli and Grayman are the other two guys. So for you guys watching this, you can pick any of these days here for your show. The day does determine the order of streaming. So if you want to be first in the cycle, you pick Monday or whatever. I mean, it's all up to you guys. I don't really have a preference, but I think I probably will pick one if neither guy is currently on the stream. I know Grayman said he might be working late, but hi Eli, how you doing? Um, so Eli, is there any of these 6 days you would like your show to take place on? That's good. The only factor with it would be like possible streaming order of the shows. So since you're the first one in here, you can have first pick of the day. Tuesday? Okay. Alright, when I say this, I don't mean like days when I'll be streaming the show, it'll be days of the calendar schedule in game. In terms of streamings, they could take place anytime. It's just the way they have it in the game here. And I only ask because it does determine like order of when, like for example, if you pick Tuesday here and then Grayman picks Monday, he when we get this started, he'll go first and whatever. But if he chooses Wednesday or whatever, but yeah, I know that can be a little confusing because because of the way things work sometimes. Sometimes, you know, I remember one time a guy who wanted to do a promotion wanted to name his show Friday Night Fights, and I was like, I can't have you do it called Friday Night Fights because it would be kind of silly to do that if I'm streaming on a Wednesday because that's all I have. Okay, I can only do one day of this, but I can only do one day. Um, Although I will say, I think we could experiment with like minor shows at some point if it just stays the three of us in this game. because I feel like our rosters are going to be a little bit on the bloated side. So I'll leave that up to you if you want Tuesday or Thursday. Yeah. Tuesday? Alright. Major show details. Okay, I did take pictures of it. The stupid thing about this game is that when you create a show in the main mode, you also have to create it in the universe mode, which kind of sucks. I kind of wish the stuff would be kind of universal a little bit, but it is what it is. But I have pictures, so I can just set everything up here. Okay, and the modern. Let's see. Ah, shoot, I forgot what animation I picked for it. We'll do 2. Alright, and then Arena, of course, is the BWN Ultimate commentary. It will be general, but I'm going to have commentary off because, of course, we're going to be talking through about a bunch of stuff, so occasion will just keep random. I mean, unless guys want to get kind of picky on how they want to go about things. Um Alright. So we got that. Participants. Alright, so I got the roster in the Discord here. This is going to be kind of interesting for setting up, but we got an eclectic mix here of this roster here. Alright, so Hurricane H. Unless it's under T. It could be. Nope, right here. Alright, so. Okay, Hurricane the Cats. Okay. Disco, which is D. Also, for anyone watching this, just fair warning, there's not really going to be any match action or anything like that. It legit is going to be on the whatchamacallit, kind of setup side of things. But it's all, if anyone has questions about anything or whatever, they can feel free to ask them. Jeff Hardy, J. K. T. Taka, right here. Wild Pegasus, W. Matt M. Sandman S. Tommy Dreamer T. Buff B. Masawa, which is M. Then Vampiro V here. Goldberg G. I think this is the last game he's in for the WWE stuff. I don't think he's in 2K24. Glacier G. So right here. John Cena. DDP. Bam Bam. And then Ming. So you got 20 guys here. So for the shows, this is going to be interesting. It's kind of tough because on one hand, a lot of guys do have the roster amount to justify the 6 matches we usually do, but at the same time, there's going to be cutscenes and other stuff that's going to add to it. So I don't know if we want to do exactly 6, because that might run things a little bit on the long side unless we put time limit matches. But having said that, I know me and Gray Man's rosters are going to be a little bit more than 20 because we drafted stables and tag teams, so maybe 6 might be the way to go with that. Match table. So the deal here will be, so this is something that UEI can customize yourself to determine how you want your show kind of auto booked a little bit. You can still book your show, of course. This just might lean it towards what you are looking for. So, however, having said that, I might have to create some matches that might have built-in time limits. So I might have to do that. So I'm gonna have to think about stuff on that front. But like I said there, you can let me know on that if you want how you want things with this. But yeah, I'm gonna have to create the standard for like the time limits and stuff. It'll probably be something similar to RCW stuff. But I'll have to test stuff out. Alright, so this is where the belts are gonna go here. Your main belt was the Dynasty belt, which is gonna be this here. I think you have to pick a default champion to put it in. Let me test. Yeah, you do. You do have to. You can't just... Okay. So... So you can pick, and if that's the case, I will have to create it, whatever team you pick for tags. I will have to create them in this mode, for them to qualify. Because the way with the tag team belts, awarding them, you have to create the team in the mode. You can't just pick 2 guys to put it in. It's a little more finicky than that. So, I might have to adjust Buff's attributes because 100 for Buff Bagwell is way too generous. Maybe like mid 80s would be a little bit more on the nose. But yeah, Eli, who do you want as your kickoff dynasty champion here? See, what do you have for cruiserweights in this? Because you do have a cruiserweight title. Oh, you only have one pure cruiserweight. Okay, I might have to change because I put that belt as a cruiserweight belt, but I did not realize that you. I mean, because a lot of these guys are light heavyweights. Like Disco Inferno, you could throw under cruiserweight. Same thing with the Hardys and who else? Tiger Mask. I guess Misawa you could. Sandman technically, I guess. Wild Pegasus, of course. Um, so a decent amount, but I might have to make a slight adjustment to that belt in terms of stipulations, because if it will only allow Taka, then that's not the right way to go with that. But yeah, Eli, who would you like as your starting champion? I do think putting the when you're putting the belts in the show, I think you do have to put them in like this because I think if you don't, I don't think you can really book stuff. Like I don't think you can open a show with two new guys going for the belt. I think you have to like start with somebody. For the longest time, for some reason, I kept thinking Vampiro was more on the light heavyweight side, but he really isn't. He really is a big guy. John Cena. All right, there we go. Now I'm leaving this top slot open um, because at the about halfway through the 4 weeks, like once we do 4 weeks, whoever's in the lead is gonna get a chance to set up the BWN champion on their show. So one brand will get an advantage of having 4 belts instead of 3 for a bit. So that's going to be a thing there. Next, we're going to have. What the heck? Where's my. Maybe I. Oh, yeah, I gotta do that. Tag. Okay, you have Double Dog. Okay. So Eli, out of your roster, who do you want to be the kickoff Double Dog tag champions? You just let me know that, and I will create that team, and we can put them in there. Save here. Must be chosen. What do you mean? Do I? Ah, shit. Okay, hold on a sec. Alright, okay. I gotta put it on top, I guess, so. There. Now we can get rid of this. Alright, so we're gonna get things set up to create that team in my universe here. So, Gray Man, I mean Gray Man, long day. Eli, what tag team do you want to kick off your tag titles to be the first champions of it? I don't know if I assume you can do double champions, but I don't know if you can do that as a setup. So I don't know if you could throw Cena in there or not. I'm not sure. It depends, cause I don't know how. I know this game is good with double singles champions and double tag champions, but I don't know how good it is for a singles champion also being one half of a tag champion team. But yeah, Eli, it is up to you. I know you mentioned you wanted Sandman and Dreamer. You talked about teaming them up, but I don't know if you want to kick them off with that or not. So it is up to you. Also, Grayman, if you have to jump in while we're setting this up, if you have thoughts and things, feel free to share them as well. Yeah, because in this mode, you can still only do up to 5, which is fine, but I don't know, because the idea of just having like the two tag guys default, I kind of wish they had a thing where you had kind of a free bird rule kind of thing with the other members. But yeah, when it comes to setting up shows, there's not that much else left after the belt thing. I mean, you can set up divisions, but I'm gonna leave that be optional for you guys if you want to do that or not. It might depend because for guys with a slightly smaller roster like yours, Eli, you may want to kind of keep things a little loose with that, and for guys who have bigger rosters, you may want something like that from preventing things from getting too chaotic, but that'll just depend. Well, Eli, oh shit. It doesn't like. Okay, so it doesn't keep it to your roster, so. Do some exploring here. Yeah, because you can also put divisions. You got your power rankings here as well. I think they did it based on attributes to start things off with that. And you got your divisions, but like I said, you can't really do tag until set up a team. But yeah. Surprisingly enough, there's not a lot of tag team stuff in this game, but looking at some of this rosters with stuff, man, this is definitely. Even this game came out, it felt a little out of date. There's some stuff I got to unlock to use. There is only one mixed tag team. Well, you can also adjust this calendar here. So we're obviously not going to use Backlash here. Rivalries you'll manage with each shows and such, tag teams. But yeah, Alright. Well, it looks like maybe Eli got preoccupied with something. I know. I would go because I know he said something about like Sandman and Dreamer as a team he wanted to set up as, but he also drafted both the Hardy Boys, so yeah, he said for tag team Dreamer and Sandman. So I know he said that, but I don't know if he wants to do the same with the Hardy Boys or not. So well, um, can I? Is it possible to do that? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so shoot. Alright, so I think what I'll do is I'll probably will save on doing mine until I hear from Grandma and what day he wants, because I kind of want him to be able to pick after Eli. I don't really want to make sure he has maximum options available, so save on that. So okay, let's look at your roster again here. What did you have? Can we not shoot? All right. Oh, hold on. Out of curiosity. Yeah, I can only do Taco. Okay. Well, hold on a sec. I want to. So let's see. I want to look at your guys here. So I know DDP and Bam Bam, they were part of the Jersey Triad, but they're not a traditional pairing. Disco Inferno never really tagged out with people. Hardy's, of course. Goldberg, I don't know what he would. Um, Shamrock and Tiger Mask as well. There's history there. Vampiro and Wild Pegasus, yeah. So outside of Sandman and Dreamer and then the Hardys, you might have to customize your own tag team bunch. However, having said that, if you do the whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, if you do divisions, you will kind of be locking yourself limitedly though. So I don't know if you, but that's up to you how you want to do it. Is my volume good on this? Let me see. Is my volume good on this? It is. It's fine. Okay. So, just got word from Eli. He wants DDP and Glacier. Alright. So, team announce, they never paired up before, so you kind of have to take some liberties.